from PJ Media. CNN is circling the drain as Warner buyout heats up.
There is a God.
Well, we've heard the story quite a bit that, CNN's dead. I honestly think CNN is dead. And I think CNN exists only in the imagination of conservatives. And you think I'm joking? I'm not.
Even then, you see, like when you see clips now, they're not nearly as, at least the ones that I see posted aren't the same type of Trump hating clips that I saw 5-10 years ago.
The reality is, conservatives like to bring up CNN as this anti-Trump boogeyman monster because they're traumatized. Because 10 years ago, CNN had viewership and was lying incessantly and insulting. And I'm not trying to say Trump is perfect, but CNN was literally just the anti-Trump channel. Today, CNN has no viewers. And I saw this story, and I'm like, yeah, okay, we get it. CNN circling the drain. I pulled up the Adweek ratings. Get this. And this is not good for Fox News either. CNN averaged 753,000 primetime viewers. 142,000 were in the key demo 25 to 54. They're down by between 9 and 16% in the demo compared to the previous week. In their total daytime, 527,000 viewers, 85,000 in the demo. Guys, I gotta tell you something. Do you know how much money you will make on a video that gets 85,000 viewers? You're going to get $300. CNN is running a multi-million-dollar studio with high-profile personalities, and they're getting ratings for their whole show that could not buy a pair of Yeezy sneakers.
Yeah, with actual ads being bought for there as well.
Is that what they're called? They're called Yeezys?
Yeezys.
Yeah, I have some. They were expensive.
Why'd you get them?
Because Ye was coming on the show.
Oh, wait, did you wear them on the show? You should have worn them on the show. Put your feet up.
It shows karma is a bitch, because when you harm someone of good intentions in general, I think it just comes back at you.
But this
Fox is suffering too. It's more about the decentralization of media and just the fact that the landscape is changing.
Fox had one.
Also a little just weird, a little bit too. They're kind of on some aspects.
Yeah, they're very like stodgy corporate, But they had 1 point. Here's the important thing to understand. Fox had 1.725 million total viewers. 175,000 were in the key demo, 25 to 54. I'm just gonna let you guys in on something, okay? About 80% of our viewers are key demo. And this show does about 600, 700K per night. We're in the political offseason too. When we start getting into the midterms and the cycle and all that stuff, Fox, CNN, MS Now, they're going to see a spike in viewership, as will we. But I was shocked to see that we're actually doing substantially better than all these networks. It kind of freaked me out. That's because we're not big relative to the size of what media used to be. I mean, 10 years ago, CNN was getting legit 3 million in the key demo. Now they're getting 85,000. I think people don't realize how much our culture has fractured into a million pieces.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's a symptom of having the internet in your pocket. You can have whatever your, outlet of choice is fed directly to you, and that's where you get your news. And that's actually a problem Apple's running into now. Apple might end up with some issues with the FCC because all of the Apple News stuff is all from the left wing or far left. And I saw Brendan Carr, the FCC chairman, he was tweeting about it. So,
That's weird. It's funny too, because Tim Cook has visited Trump, and I was trying to explain to people, it's like there's a reason why all of these CEOs went to meet him. They all want to kiss the ring anyways, even if they don't agree with him, even if they're actually creating content that runs counter to his programming, to what Trump wants them to know or wants them to put out, they're still going to go and try and talk to him.
And to be fair, look, Tim Cook runs the whole show, and he's, at the end of the day, the buck's going to stop with him. But he might not even be aware that the news division does that. Or, he might be like, yeah, okay, these are all fine. And it might not even register with him that there's no right-wing perspectives going on. So like I said, now the buck stops with him. I'm not making excuses for him, but it does show it's completely within the realm of possibility that he isn't aware, and he needs to buckle down on the news outlet.
It will be interesting to see what happens with CNN given the merger or the purchase of Warner Brothers from Netflix, which is still at the moment going forward, but it's not, obviously they're not buying the television stations, they're buying the streaming service and the studio. So they're going to split off Discovery, and that's going to be its own thing. And we'll have to see what happens there.
Yeah.
The news is dying there.
I mean, yeah, I don't see any light at the end of the tunnel for for CNN. I think that they're likely going to be, this is going to continue because they built a brand on just not just hating Donald Trump, which obviously they do, but they hate conservatives. They hate, middle America. And nowadays, red America is the working class. It's the average, the average Joe. The left has really taken the extremely wealthy and the people that are on some kind of government assistance and made a coalition out of that.
We got 19 million on the YouTube channel for CNN, and videos do like between 46 and 190,000. On the last two videos, one 3 hours ago, 46,000. One from 13 hours ago, 190,000. There's one down there under that, 7,000.
Yikes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely not
David
good.
Pakman had a video where he accused Trump of pooping his pants. It got 2 million.
Yeah, well.
This is why we're doomed to retardation.
Yeah.
And then, as it turns out, so I don't know if you guys saw the video I did earlier about David. He made this video where literally nothing happened. So at some point, liberals just decided to claim that Trump crapped his pants.
Okay.
There's no reason to believe he did. There's no fart sound. There's no, like, literally nothing happened. Someone just said it. And then there's the sound of what appears like Trump going like that on the desk. And they're like, that was a fart.
God.
And it's like, okay. And then like two or 3 minutes later, they go, okay, everybody, time to go. And they're like, that proves it. So David Benton makes a video saying, like, press rushed out after Trump poops his pants. It gets 2 million views. In that video, David clenches up and goes, and you can hear a weird kind of noise. And so I gave him the same treatment he gave Trump. And I'm like, if you're going to tense up on camera and then make a weird noise, I'm going to accuse you of pooping your pants too. I mean, like the point is, we are swimming in a sea of psychosis and garbage. And I've been talking about how AI is the apocalypse for some time, and I don't think people really understand. They don't believe it. They tell me I'm wrong. There are AI videos on YouTube with hundreds of thousands of views. Okay, understand what that means. It means shows like this can't compete. That's it. It's over. Guys, we're done. It's going to happen. It's coming. Thank you and have a nice day.
I'm actually AI on our show. I don't even go into the office anymore. I just put it in front of the screen.
It is really, someone, I think Andrew Tate might have made this point. If you are not using AI, I think this point like a year ago, if you're not using AI for your media business, you've already lost.
Yeah.
And so the truth is, even for us, we do fairly well. It's like kind of crazy when we look at cable news ratings and we do double or triple their numbers in the key demo. But the reason why it's shocking is because we're relatively small to where things used to be. But there's no way for me to compete with 10,000 channels. So I'll tell you guys a secret. It's not really a secret. I just call it that. In 2018 is when my YouTube channel started taking off and making money. It was around the time I launched my channel, Timcast News. So I was doing one 10-minute video every day at 4 p.m. on youtube.com/Timcast. And then I launched a second channel because it's like if that channel gets banned, you'll have a second channel. Even though it's against the rules still, everyone was doing it. And then I had a few stories that were interesting, but I didn't have time to make a longer 4-minute or 4 p.m. segment. So I said, I'll just hit record real quick and then just throw them up. Instantly, they started getting tons of views. So then I started doing 5 videos on that channel per day and 1 on my main channel. And the reason why that channel grew was not because my content was good, partially. It was because I was buying more lottery tickets than anybody else. So a bunch of conservatives were going, man, my videos aren't getting any views anymore. What's happening? See, what happens is if you put up 1 video per day, you're competing with me who's putting up right now today, like I think 20. And so one of the reasons we've been competitive is that on the front page of YouTube, you tend to get 10 to 15 videos at once. People usually aren't going to scroll. They're going to click whatever videos they see. If my thumbnail is better or more interesting and you click mine over everyone else's, YouTube will recommend it more. So consider it this. You have purchased 1 lottery ticket per day and thrown it in the bucket, and I'm buying 20. And then YouTube is grabbing at random 15. Guess what? You aren't in it. So this meant that because I was working substantially more, my videos were more likely to get recommended. And because they were more likely to get recommended, they were more likely to get clicked on. So the algorithm was more likely to promote it over your video. So in the long run, many conservatives saw their video views go down. And then in 2020, my Timcast and Timcast News and Timcast IRL combined was the most viewed I guess you'd call it moderate to right-leaning channel on YouTube, doing about 180 million views per month. Insane. Massive numbers. We are making crazy amount of money. Today, the challenge is every day there's like 100 new AI channels. Schlop, dropping nonstop. And by that same logic, it means that the 20 or so lottery tickets we're buying are up against 50,000 now produced by these other random people, companies, or even a single guy who just ran a bot. And so what that means is over a long enough period of time, we are dealing with attrition where you are less likely to see our videos. So you are less likely to click on them, and you are less likely to then be recommended, meaning you are less likely to see the videos, meaning we are entering, along with everybody else, exponential down, like death curves. And what I will say for people like David Pakman is that dude, he's got a couple years left. Once Trump is out, you know, Brian Tyler Cohen and David Pakman got nothing to talk about.
You think there's right-wing channels that have that same problem?
Nope.
You don't think so?
Hassan Piker will be okay. He talks about everything.
No, I'm saying right-wing
I know.
channels. Okay.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying it's not everybody on the left who's going to go down. It's the people who only ever talk about Trump. We're seeing it with CNN. They dedicated themselves to being the anti-Trump channel. David Pakman's basically stolen all their viewers, but that's not going to last once Trump's out of office. Unless Trump declares himself emperor. And, you know, to be honest, yeah, okay, just do it already. I'm so over all of this, right? Like the SAVE Act gets passed, and they're like, women can't vote. And I'm like, oh, you know what? Fine, you're right. Women can't vote. Okay, Emperor Trump, just come. I'm out of here. I'm going to go buy Taco Bell and just put my feet up and watch the chickens.
I mean, I do think that when Donald Trump leaves, like there's going to be a significant fall off. Donald Trump just rubs people the wrong way. They're going to try to turn whoever is the nominee for the Republicans into the same thing. Yeah, I don't think it'll work because people already decided that when the left is calling you Nazi and calling you all these names, that's just their MO. They were doing it to Mitt Romney. I mean, in fact, the fact that they were doing it to Mitt Romney was part of why you got Donald Trump. Yeah. Because they were like, look, the Republicans continue to put forth the most milquetoast, the most, appeasing, the most nice guy they could come up with, trying to placate all the vitriol that was thrown at them by the left. And when you got to Mitt Romney, the ultimate Boy Scout, right, like the guy that was likely the cleanest guy in D.C. and the nicest, most amicable person they could come up with on the right, like, and they still called him all that stuff. So the right was just like, you know what, screw it. Give me the guy that says grab him by the pee. You know, they were like, I don't care. They're like, if this guy will punch back, the what?
Pooter.
Yeah, there you go. They were like, if this guy will punch back, then fine, because the right has gotten to the point where the left had just thrown so much vitriol and so much BS and consistently just insulted. They were like, well, we don't care because you're going to do this anyway. So why not give the guy that'll at least fight back, you know? And so they're going to try it with whoever comes next because that's their MO. That's all they've got, you know?
Yeah. Right now, one of the things that we're facing in this country, which is a bit demoralizing, is the redistricting stuff. I'm sure you've probably seen this.
Yeah.
They're getting rid of swing districts. So, I mean, like, you're running in a primary against a Republican.
Right. So whoever wins that will win
Right.
the Democrat. I mean, I guess there's more people that left California and New York and went to Texas. So I guess the redistricting makes sense because there's more Republicans now.
Right.
So that can make sense.
But the Republicans lost this fight.
Yeah.
You know, Indiana was like, we're not going to do it because we cut a deal with Maryland. And Maryland was like, we're going to do it anyway. And now Virginia is planning on doing it. Maryland wants to get rid of their last Republican. Virginia's going to get rid of all but one. And then the midterm election is not going to be an actual election. It's just going to be which state has control. And the Republicans are losing this battle. So
I see. So the swing states not going to be swing states anymore.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's going to be if there's a slight majority in one direction, they will dominate the whole state and ice out the voices of any opposition. So I'm kind of just like, at this point, we are off the precipice. The roller coaster is dropped. What comes next is fairly obvious.
Yeah.
I'll just put it like this. Obvious in the sense that I don't know what form it takes, but there's clearly no elections anymore. If all the districts are either going to be blue or red with no chance of representation, you know, Massachusetts being a great example, 40% Republicans, 0 representatives, then either we just lay down and let the machine take over or people start fighting.
Well, the Republicans have to actually start exercising power. And it's frustrating to see that they are, again, it's Lucy with the football. The Republicans are like, okay, we're actually going to play fair and we're going to stop doing this stuff. Oh yeah, totally. We're going to. And then as soon as they go up to kick the ball, Lucy moves the ball and they get clowned on again. It's going to continue happening. The left has a very easy to understand playbook, and the right just refuses to read rules for radicals. They refuse to read the playbook that the Democrats use. They refuse to exercise power. The fact that they still have the filibuster, knowing full well that the Democrats are going to get in there, they're going to end the filibuster. They're going to try to expand the court. They're going to do everything they can to ensure that they can undo the things that Donald Trump has done. Any legislation passed, they're going to try and undo. And every Republican, every conservative, everyone on the right should be fully aware of that fact. And they still don't exercise power the way that they need to. And their constituents, they're going to lose seats in the House. They're going to lose their constituents. The constituents are going to be like, we don't want to vote for you. People are going to stay home. And it's their own damn fault.
And they're already demoralized.
Yeah.
That's why my slogan is "Make America Grow Some Balls Again."
There you go.
What do you think about that? I was going to say cojones, but I don't know if that works in Texas.
It's good. Where'd the balls go?
Yes.
No, but, I guess they got surgically removed.
They're all becoming trans.
Yeah. Yeah, well,
It's a risk taking that slogan.
you're an edgy guy. You offend a lot of people. What happened to this country? We grew up on George Carlin and South Park and The Simpsons and Family Guy, and now everybody's a bunch of whiny babies.
Well, that's why I'm running for Congress, because I see that, algorithms, celebrity, media, big tech with the San Francisco staff, they're all infiltrating the children. They're not going after the nursing homes. They're going after the children. So they're creating an army. So when Trump leaves, like he was saying, they can then once they get the institutions, they can use that army to censor everybody, cancel people, and put them in jail, whatever. Because that's kind of like the MO of the left. Censor, cancel, ban, and torture death. So that's why I say to the people who are they're not standing up to grow some balls again. Even hockey players. They made them wear the flag, the LGBT flag, and they all wore it. What does homosexuality have to do with hockey and getting kids? And none of the athletes are standing up. So I'm like, wait a minute, why am this? Obviously, you're standing up, but the good people are not standing up because they're in fear of being canceled. So we need to get rid of the cancel culture and undo what's going on with these kids. Put a Ring camera. We got Ring cameras every home, right? Put a Ring camera in the house. Sorry, not a house, in the schools. In the schools.
Yep.
To that point, that was one of the silver linings of COVID is people saw what their kids were learning in school. They saw, the kids were taking classes at home and they saw what the teachers were teaching and they were like, wait a minute, hold on a second. What is this stuff? There was a lot of parents that got really upset about that stuff, rightfully so. And so as much as, I don't want to say that COVID was a good thing, it was horrible for the government to do the things they did. And there's all kinds of negatives, but there were a couple silver linings and that was one of them.
Well, the slogan, of course, Megsba.
Yeah.
Megsba. Make America grow some balls again.
Magzma. I like that.
Megsba. You should make Megsba.
You hear it right now from the guy who brought you pool water with the ShamWow coaster.
If you poured that pool water.
If you buy a pool water, we'll give you a free mini ShamWow.
Well, I don't know who's doing that.
Can we do that? Just to leave it here if it spills.
I would like to do that. We could try and figure out how to do that.
Yeah, we can make it round.
So election day is on the 17th or on the 3rd.
Yeah, but I have to remind people, ShamWow is Shlomi now. Shlomi is ShamWow because my nickname's not on the ballot anymore. Someone took it out. It's like the dirty. It's like the swamp. They don't want the clean water to come in anymore.
Are you going door to door and doing that kind of stuff?
You know what? I am personally going to door to door with my street team, and I'm putting this little mini ShamWow with the flyer, putting it by the door.
Free ShamWow?
Yeah, free mini. It's a mini one. It's a small for the kitchen. Yeah, it doesn't cost much, but so it saves money at people's house. So hopefully they'll be using it and remembering my name.
There you go.
And I still look pretty good after a few years. Yeah.
Your slogan should probably be like, "I will clean up this town."
Yeah, clean up this. Yeah, I'm cleaning up. But I just, like I said, when they pulled my nickname, it's like, not only am I cleaning the swamp, I've got to clean the house. Like, it's coming from the, from the rafters.
Yep.
Well, there's a great opportunity for doing a pitch where you put a ShamWow in a swamp.
I like that.
Soak it all up.
Oh, see, he's making a commercial for me. I like it.
You
I'm
know-
gonna make
you know-
a commercial for him. He's going to make a commercial for me.
Here's my vision is that you walk up to a swamp and then you just throw a ShamWow in it and it soaks all the water up and then all of the neocons and woke are being exposed going,
Like little germs.
like little germs.
Like you said, the AI could probably do it like in an hour. We
Actually
can have
funny.
one right now.
I'm gonna see if I can actually do that.
Oh my God. This is amazing.
Yeah, I can definitely do it right away.
Really? We can put it out right now.
5 minutes.
We'll say ShamWow Shlomo. I'm gonna have you as my campaign manager, Tim. You got a job, babe.
Oh yeah. Well, I already have a job.
Okay. If you
Like 5
can't
jobs.
afford it.
ShamWow
We could do a
guy.
trade. I'll do a commercial for you. You do a.
Into a swamp and exposes.
So you think do you think pulling the nickname off the ballot was on purpose?
Yes, especially six. It's already been approved by the Secretary of State. It was
Yeah.
notarized. And
Yeah.
like, I went ahead and spent money on
It
commercials.
was the NRCC. You said that did.
Yeah, the National Republican Congress, and then and what I found out is that they're run by the incumbents, so they use it to fight the small guy, right?
Yeah.
So that's
That's
like,
what it's
wow, it's
for.
so corrupt.
Yeah.
And then when you get in office, they make you give them money. Matt Gaetz was telling us about it.
Yeah.
That they were like, if you want any committee assignments, you got to write us a check right now.
Oh, you're right.
And based on your district, it's a different number. Oh. So he said that he was like, what can I get for $500,000? Like, you can have any assignment you want. He's like, okay. Wow. So he wrote him a check, and then they put him on. I think what do you got, like Armed Services Committee or something? Or
Yep.
I know I have to clean up the swamp, but I got to clean up my own house now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
House, literally the House of Representatives. Come on,
Sincerely.
let's not do that. It's not that. So that's what I'm going to do. In some ways, it's good because you know where the zombies are. You know, like even when Trump lost the 2020 election, I kind of liked it because then you saw where the FBI was corrupt, you saw the media was corrupt, you saw where all the bad guys are. So now when he comes in now, he knows where to take them out now. See, I like that. In some ways, it's kind of good. Like, oh, okay. So you guys are corrupted Secretary of State, you're corrupted Texas GOP, and you're corrupted NRCC. Okay, good. So then I'll know what to do.
It's worth pointing out that
Yeah.
the silver linings again. And as much as, people were upset that Donald Trump won or Donald Trump lost in 2022, if he didn't, he wouldn't have had such insight when he came back. And again, as much as people are unhappy with how much he's got done now because they were expecting. There's a lot of people, I think, that were expecting Donald Trump to come in and just be a dictator and say, this is happening, this is happening. The president never had the power to do the things that they were hoping for, but they were still hoping for it. So even though they're upset, he's still done a whole lot of good things. And he's done a lot of things that people really did want, but the big things that they were hoping for, he hasn't been able to do. So there's a lot of people that are still like, well, he hasn't done this and hasn't done that.
Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.